Ever felt like the people around you just don't get it? That the world is awash with impulsive, short-sighted behavior? You see, the world doesn't suffer from a shortage of stupidity. If you've ever been around women whose actions made you question their mindset, you're not alone. But understanding these signs isn't just about judgment. It's about protecting your peace and making smarter choices in relationships. By the end of this video, you'll gain a fresh perspective on how to navigate your love life with the wisdom of the Stoics, guiding you towards fulfilling, meaningful relationships. Relationships are supposed to be a sanctuary, a haven from the chaotic storm that is life, a shared space where two souls find solace, support, and a love that strengthens them against the trials of the world. Yet some people, I dare say, are magnetically drawn to chaos. They thrive on it. They are addicted to the drama, the emotional highs and lows, as if tranquility is anathema to their very being. Have you ever been in one of those relationships where one moment things are fine, even blissful, and the next you're ensnared in a conflict, a full-blown fight over something as trivial as a delayed text message? This, my friends, is not a coincidence. This is not simply a difference in communication styles. This is a fundamental difference in being. You see, some individuals tragically crave disorder. They can't live without the searing pain, the gut-wrenching anxiety, the emotional roller coaster that leaves you feeling drained and depleted. They are addicted to the chaos, much like an addict is tethered to their substance of choice. But let me tell you this, an intelligent partner, a woman of true substance and worth, knows that peace is the true power. Peace is not passive. It is the active cultivation of a life where reason reigns supreme, where emotions are acknowledged but not given free rein to dictate the course of your shared journey. A woman who understands the profound importance of peace will not seek to create drama or manufacture conflict. And so, gentlemen, choose wisely. Choose peace. Personal responsibility, that most fundamental of human virtues, is the cornerstone of a life worth living. It is the acceptance of our agency, the understanding that we are, in large part, the authors of our own fate. And yet, it is a virtue tragically lacking in many individuals, particularly when it comes to matters of the heart. When someone consistently avoids taking responsibility for their actions, for their words, for the consequences they have wrought, it becomes a poison, a slow and insidious toxin that seeps into the very fabric of a relationship, eroding its foundation and leaving behind only bitterness and resentment. It starts subtly, perhaps with a misplaced blame, a deflection of responsibility onto external circumstances, or worse yet, onto you. But over time, this pattern becomes entrenched, a deeply ingrained habit that is as destructive as it is pervasive. You find yourself caught in a loop of blame, a never-ending cycle of accusations and justifications that leaves you feeling drained and demoralized. Healthy relationships, much like healthy individuals, require accountability. They demand that we confront our shortcomings, that we acknowledge our mistakes, and that we strive to do better, to be better. A woman who refuses to take responsibility for her actions is not only harming the relationship, but she is also hindering her own personal growth. And gentlemen, let me assure you, this is not a burden you want to bear. We live in a world obsessed with the material, a world where status is often measured by the car you drive, the clothes you wear, and the possessions you accumulate. And while there is nothing inherently wrong with enjoying the fruits of one's labor, when materialism becomes the driving force in a relationship, it is a sure sign of shallowness, a clear indication that something is deeply amiss. Materialism, you see, is a symptom of a deeper spiritual malady. It is the outward manifestation of an inner emptiness, a desperate attempt to fill a void that can never be satisfied with material possessions alone. When your partner values what you give them more than who you are, when their affection is contingent upon the size of your wallet or the brand name on your clothing, it is a clear sign that you are not being seen, that you are not being loved for the person you truly are. True love, the kind of love that withstands the test of time, transcends the material. It sees beyond the superficial, recognizing that true worth resides not in what you have, but in who you are at your core. A woman who is truly intelligent, a woman who possesses depth and substance, understands that materialism is a hollow pursuit. Gentlemen, choose a partner who values experiences over things, a partner who finds joy in the simple pleasures of life, a partner who understands that true wealth is measured not by what you own, but by the richness of your soul. The human need for validation is a complex and often treacherous beast. It is a primal yearning, wired deep within our psyche, for acceptance, for approval, for the reassurance that we are worthy, that we are enough. And while a healthy dose of validation can be a beautiful thing, bolstering our self-esteem and strengthening our sense of belonging. When the need for external validation becomes insatiable, it transforms into a crippling dependency, a bottomless pit that can never be truly filled. At the beginning of a relationship, this constant need for validation might manifest as endearing, even flattering. The endless compliments, the constant reassurance of your attractiveness and desirability can be intoxicating, feeding your ego and fueling the fires of passion. But let me caution you, gentlemen, this initial rush of attention and affirmation is often a deceptive siren song, luring you towards rocky shores. For when someone constantly seeks validation from external sources, it is a sign that their internal wellspring of self-worth has run dry. This constant need for reassurance becomes an exhausting endeavor, a relentless pursuit of approval that leaves you feeling drained and depleted. Gentlemen, a truly confident woman, a woman who is secure in her own skin, does not require constant validation from external sources. The ability to accept criticism, to receive feedback without succumbing to the seductive allure of defensiveness, is a hallmark of maturity, a sign of a mind that is open to growth and transformation. We are all works in progress, you see, flawed and fallible creatures navigating the complexities of this world as best we can. And as such, we would be wise to embrace the opportunity for improvement, to view criticism not as a personal attack, but as a valuable tool for self-reflection and growth. Sadly, however, many individuals are profoundly threatened by even the slightest hint of criticism. They react with the ferocity of a cornered animal, their defenses rising like impenetrable walls, effectively shutting down any possibility of meaningful dialogue or constructive change. This inability to handle criticism stems from a deep-seated insecurity, a fragility of ego that cannot tolerate the slightest dent in its carefully constructed facade. Gentlemen, a relationship with a woman who cannot handle criticism is a relationship destined for stagnation. It is a relationship devoid of the essential ingredient of growth, of the shared journey of becoming better versions of yourselves. You will find yourself tiptoeing around her sensitivities, censoring your thoughts and opinions for fear of triggering an emotional outburst. Choose a partner who is open to feedback, a partner who sees criticism not as a threat but as an opportunity for growth. Life, my friends, is a tempestuous sea. It is a relentless barrage of challenges and triumphs, of joys and sorrows, of moments that uplift us and moments that test the very core of our being. And while it is natural, indeed essential, to experience the full spectrum of human emotions, the ability to regulate those emotions, to remain anchored amidst the storm, is a defining characteristic of a mature, well-adjusted individual. Emotional reactivity, on the other hand, is a sign of a psyche that is easily hijacked by external circumstances, a mind that is tossed and turned by the relentless waves of emotion. It is like a ship without a rudder, buffeted about by the slightest gust of wind, its course unpredictable and its destination uncertain. Have you ever found yourself walking on eggshells around your partner, terrified of saying or doing anything that might trigger an emotional outburst? Have you learned to carefully curate your words, to censor your thoughts for fear of unleashing a torrent of anger, sadness, or resentment? This, gentlemen, is not a healthy dynamic. It is not a recipe for a loving, sustainable relationship. Emotional reactivity is often rooted in a lack of self-awareness, an inability to recognize and manage one's own emotional landscape. A woman who is emotionally reactive will often blame others for her emotional state. Gentlemen, choose a partner who is emotionally stable, a partner who can weather the storms of life without being swept away by the current. Choose a partner who is self-aware, who takes responsibility for her own emotions, and who can engage in conflict with maturity and grace. Recognizing these behaviors isn't about judgment, but about making decisions that preserve your peace and align with your values. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Make wise choices, stay grounded, and protect your peace. Remember, gentlemen, you are the architects of your own lives. You have the power to choose the people with whom you surround yourself, the people to whom you offer your heart. Choose wisely. Choose women of substance, women of character, women who embody the virtues of wisdom, responsibility, and emotional stability.